Good morning. I don't even know what this means, but it seemed the right thing to do. So good morning. I have my suspicions that a little delay this morning was in order to keep my comments short. Again, Keric Ashley, Deputy Superintendent. Assessment is one of the things that is in my branch. I want to thank Deborah and Michelle Center, our state's assessment director, our partners, Sacramento County Office of Education, and our audio and video guys, Red Dog in the back. Thank you very much. What was that, Led Zeppelin? We've come a long way from ABBA and Dancing Queen. I always like coming to this meeting because, well, first of all, the assessment staff likes to have a little fun with the conference and try to break it up a little bit, do some things that might be somewhat entertaining, but certainly give us an opportunity to kind of laugh and break up the day a little bit. And so they're going to try and do that again today. I also love coming to this because you are always such great participants. You kind of indulge us in having this fun and laughing with us and maybe mostly at us. But we do appreciate what you have done and what you bring to this meeting that we have. How many are at this north-south version? How many are here for the first time? Okay, so you have no idea what I'm talking about. So last year, and we got some questions, are we going to do carpool karaoke again? So for those who weren't here, you know, we'd made some short little videos, did some carpool karaoke to some assessment words. Again, just having a little fun. You know, I've never done regular karaoke, not in a bar, not on a cruise ship, not anywhere. Carpool karaoke is a little different. I just consider that an extension of reality, because every car ride with me there's a little bit of dancing, a little bit of singing, and so making those videos was different, but yet it was really just what I kind of do daily. Never done regular karaoke. I'm not a singer. Maybe you'll find that out. We have an election coming up in about 5 weeks. So we will have a new governor. The governor will appoint, I think, about 4 new board members in this turnover of transition. We'll have a new superintendent. And of course, some of the legislative folks are changing as well. I bring that up because we've been on quite a journey in the last 8 years under this governor and this superintendent. Quite a lot has been done when you go back and you think about where we were 8 years ago. We were just rolling out Common Core standards. Shortly after that, we had some ELD standards, and there was the EL roadmap. We had new standards for next generation science standards. We've been working on these assessments now over these last 4 years, turning paper and pencil tests into computer-based and computer adaptive tests through Smarter Balance, and now the LPAC will also be transitioning. Our next generation science standard, our new assessment there, will also be computer-based. Besides the assessments, we have moved on to accountability, and we've changed our accountability system from a one-number system to a multiple measures system called the dashboard. We are moving toward a system of support now, supported by the governor and in the budget, with putting the change agent down at the local level as much as possible, so that there's peers helping peers, so that county